Welcome to Mishnah study Masachet Ketubot Perakima Mishnah Bet. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to speak about the flip side of last Mishnah. So over here, it's girls to whom a fine is not due. Right? So we mentioned earlier, if there's going to be a capital punishment, right, then they're not going to be obligated to pay. Right? We have a general rule, right? In adam metu mushalim. Right? So that's going to be the general rule for our Mishnah. So ve'elu she'enam knas, these are the women who do not receive a knas. Who are they? Abalagiot, ve'lashibuya, ve'lashibcha, shnivtu, v'shnkaru, v'shnishtahlelu. Yeterot al benot shalosh shanim yom echad. Right? So someone slept with a convert or someone who's taken captive or a maidservant, but they all entered into Judaism, right? They were redeemed. They converted after 3 years old and a day. Right, so then we assume that they get when when they're not considered halachically a virgin, right? So therefore, they wouldn't get the knas, they wouldn't get the fine that a virgin would receive. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, "Shevuyash nivdet harei b'kedushata." And Rabbi Yehuda argues, right? Afal pi she'gidula, right? A captive who is redeemed, right? She's still considered in her kedusha, right? She's still considered a virgin, even though she's still older. Right? That's not like Rabbi Yehuda, by the way. Habal bito. Right? If a person sleeps with his daughter, Val bat bito, his granddaughter, Val bat beno, granddaughter from his son, Val bat ishto, right? His wife's daughter, Val bat bita, her granddaughter, Val bat bena, right? Her granddaughter from his son, and lahen knas, right? There is no knas, there is no fine to be paid over here. You know, it's obviously not allowed, and she was a virgin. Why? Right? Because he's liable for capital punishment. He's going to get a punishment from the Bet Din, right? He's chayam mitah from Bet Din, and therefore he's not going to have to pay, right? And as we mentioned earlier, en adam metum shalem. Shneimar v'lo hi ason anosh yanesh, right? If there is no ason, right? There is no, horror. There is no. What's a better translation for this? If there is no harm, right? So then anosh anish, then he shall get punished. Now, what does it mean? There's no harm. So what it says is between the two people who are fighting. And that's how he explains it over here. Interestingly enough, he actually mentioned the Hibur in the Mishnah Torah that there's no harm done to the woman. Right, but over here in the Mishnah Torah, in the Pirush Mishnah, says there's no harm to either one of the people who are fighting. Then anoshi anesh, the person who hit, right, who damaged, then he's the one who gets punished. That says nefesh tahad nefesh, right? Capital punishment, right? Death for death. And that's what we learn from in Adam Metum Shalem. We learn from here that a person does not pay, right? Does not die and have to pay, right? If he's getting capital punishment, he doesn't have to also pay a fine. Right? Halacha is not like Rabbi Yehuda, as we mentioned, and halacha is like Rabbi Akiva.